On December 24, 1971, 17-year-old Juliane Koepcke boarded LANSA Flight 508 in Lima, Peru, with her mother Maria heading to Pucallpa to reunite with her father for Christmas. Juliane, a high school senior, had grown up in Peru, where her parents, both zoologists, studied the Amazon rainforest. The flight, a routine 50-minute journey, turned catastrophic, plunging Juliane into one of the most remarkable survival stories in modern history. Midway through the flight, the Lockheed L-188 Electra encountered a violent thunderstorm. Lightning struck the plane, igniting a fuel tank and causing the right wing to disintegrate. The aircraft plummeted into a nosedive, breaking apart at 10,000 feet over the Peruvian Amazon. Juliane, strapped to her seat, was ejected from the fuselage, still attached to a row of seats. She spiraled through the air, the dense jungle canopy below rushing toward her. Miraculously, the thick foliage cushioned her fall, and she landed in the rainforest, battered but alive. She was the sole survivor of the 92 passengers and crew aboard. Juliane awoke nearly a day later, concussed, with a broken collarbone, a gash in her leg, and a ruptured ligament in her knee. Her glasses were lost and her vision was blurry, but her survival instincts, honed by years in the jungle with her parents, kicked in. She wore only a sleeveless mini dress and one sandal, her other shoe lost in the crash. The rainforest, teeming with jaguars, snakes, and insects, was as perilous as it was familiar. Juliane's first priority was to find water and a way out. With no food or supplies, she relied on her knowledge of the jungle. She found a small stream and followed it, recalling her father's advice that water leads to civilization. The stream provided drinking water, crucial for survival in the humid, dehydrating heat. She waded through it to avoid dense undergrowth and thorny plants, though the water hid caimans and piranhas. Her injuries slowed her, and the gash on her leg became infected, soon crawling with maggots. Yet she pressed on, driven by the faint hope of rescue. Days passed, 10 in total. Juliane's strength waned as she battled hunger and exhaustion. She ate only a few pieces of candy scavenged from the crash site. The jungle was disorienting, with no clear landmarks, and the constant hum of insects drowned out any sounds of rescue planes. She later recounted hearing aircraft overhead, but being unable to signal them through the dense canopy. The psychological toll was immense. She grieved her mother, whose body she had seen near the crash site, and feared she'd never escape. On the 10th day, Juliane stumbled upon a small boat moored by the stream, a sign of human presence. Nearby was a makeshift shelter with a canister of gasoline. Desperate, she poured the gasoline on her infected wound to kill the maggots, enduring excruciating pain. Exhausted, she collapsed in the shelter, too weak to continue. The next day, 3 lumber workers found her. Initially mistaking her for a water spirit due to her disheveled appearance, they quickly realized she was a crash survivor. They fed her manioc and transported her by boat to a nearby village, where she received medical attention. Days later, she was airlifted to Pucallpa and reunited with her father. Juliane's survival defied staggering odds. Experts later attributed her survival to the seat row absorbing some impact and the canopy breaking her fall. Her jungle knowledge was critical, guiding her to follow water and avoid dangerous wildlife. Her resilience, both physical and mental, kept her moving despite injuries and despair. The crash killed 91 others, including her mother, and the tragedy haunted Juliane, who grappled with survivor's guilt. Her story captivated the world, drawing comparisons to miraculous survivals like Vesna Vulovic's. Juliane later documented her ordeal in her 2011 memoir, When I Fell from the Sky. She returned to Germany, earned a PhD in zoology, and continued her parents' work, becoming a mammalogist. Her experience shaped her life, fueling her advocacy for rainforest conservation. Juliane Koepcke's survival is a testament to human endurance and the will to live. At 17, alone in one of the world's harshest environments, she navigated unimaginable odds, emerging not just as a survivor, but as a symbol of hope and resilience. Her story remains a powerful reminder of the strength found in knowledge, courage, and determination. If you found this video informative, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.